Ever felt like an outcast or maybe just a little bit different than others? But then you found that one thing that you knew how to do better than other people, or just really well, that made you think that maybe I do have a talent. Maybe I am worth something. Maybe I'm not an outcast. The story I'm about to read you is called The Boy Who Talked with Dolphins by Paula McDonald. It began as a deep rumble, shattering the pre-dawn silence. Within minutes, on that January morning in 1994, the Los Angeles area was in the grip of one of the most destructive earthquakes in its history. At Six Flags Magic Mountain Theme Park, 20 miles north of the city, 3 dolphins were alone with their terror. They swam frantically in circles as heavy concrete pillars collapsed around their pool and roof tiles crashed into the water. 40 miles to the south, 26-year-old Jeff Siegel was thrown from his bed with a jarring thump. Crawling to the window, Jeff looked out at the convulsing city and thought of the creatures who mattered more to him than anything else in the world. "I've got to get to the dolphins," he told himself. "They rescued me, and now they need me to rescue them." To those who had known Jeff from childhood, a more unlikely hero could not have been imagined. Jeff Siegel was born hyperactive, partially deaf, and lacking normal coordination. Since he couldn't hear words clearly, he developed a severe speech impediment that made it most impossible for others to understand him. As a preschooler, the small, sandy-haired child was taunted as a retard by other kids. Then one day, when Jeff was 9, he went with his 4th-grade class to Los Angeles Marineland. He went and saw the dolphin show. He was electrified by the energy and exuberant friendliness of the beautiful animals. They seemed to smile directly at him, something that happened rarely in his life. The boy sat, transfixed, overwhelmed with emotion and a longing to stay. 7th grade was unfolding as the worst year of Jeff's life, until the day his father took him to SeaWorld in San Diego. The minute the boy saw the dolphins, the same rush of joy welled up in him. He stayed rooted to the spot as the sleek mammals glided past him. Jeff worked to earn money for an annual pass to Marineland closer to his home. On his first solo visit, he sat on the low wall surrounding the dolphin pool. The dolphins, accustomed to being fed by visitors, soon approached the astonished boy. The first to swim over was Grid-Eye, the dominant female in the pool. The 650-pound dolphin glided to where Jeff sat and remained motionless below him. "Will she let me touch her?" he wondered to himself, putting his hand in the water gently. As he stroked the dolphin's smooth skin, Grid-Eye inched closer. It was a moment of sheer ecstasy for the young boy. The outgoing animals quickly became the friends Jeff never had, and since the dolphin area was isolated at the far end of Marineland, Jeff often found himself alone with the playful creatures. Jeff's acceptance by the dolphins boosted his confidence, and he gradually emerged from his dark shell. He enrolled in a course at a nearby aquarium and devoured books on marine biology as he became older. He became a walking encyclopedia on dolphins, and to his family's amazement, braved his speech impediment to become a volunteer tour guide. In February 1992, he showed up in the office of Suzanne Fortier, director of marine animal training at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Though holding down 2 jobs, he wanted to volunteer work with Magic Mountain's dolphins on his days off. Fortier gave him the chance and was immediately amazed. Of the 200 volunteers she'd trained in 10 years, she'd never seen anyone with Jeff's intuitive ability with dolphins. Once again, at Marineland, Jeff could interact with the dolphins and find affection in return. Little did he dream how severely his love would be tested. As Jeff struggled to reach Magic Mountain on the morning of the earthquake, freeways were collapsing and caved-in roads were forced him to backtrack. "Nothing is going to stop me," he vowed. "Nothing." When Jeff finally reached Magic Mountain, the water in the 12-foot deep dolphin pool was halfway down, and more was draining from the crack in the side. The 3 dolphins there when the earthquake hit, Wally, Terry, and Katie were in a frenzy. Jeff lowered himself to a ledge 5 feet down and tried to calm them. To ease the dolphins through the continuing tremors, Jeff attempted to distract them by playing games, but it didn't work. Worse, he had to reduce their food. The pool's filtration system had shut down, creating the additional risk that an accumulation of their body waste would further contaminate the water. Jeff remained with the dolphins that night as temperatures fell into the 30s. He was still there through the next day, and the next, and the next. On the fourth day, a road opened and staffers secured a truck to transfer Wally, Terry, and Katie to the dolphin pool at Knott's Berry Farm. But first, someone had to get them into the transport tanks. Transporting a dolphin is normally a routine procedure after it has been safely guided through a tunnel and hoisted on a canvas sling. But the water level in the connecting tunnel was too low for the animals to swim through. The 3 dolphins would have to be caught in open water and then maneuvered into canvas slings. Staffer Etienne Francois and Jeff volunteered for the jobs. As much as he trusted the dolphins, Jeff knew the likelihood of getting hurt or bitten by them in open water capture was almost 100%. Wally was easily removed from the pool, but Terry and Katie became erratic. Each time Jeff and Etienne closed in on Katie, the powerful dolphin fended them off with their hard-pointed beak. For almost 40 minutes the men struggled as Katie butted and whacked them with her thrashing tail. Finally, just before they maneuvered her into the sling, she sank her needle-sharp teeth into Jeff's hand. Ignoring the bleeding, Jeff helped capture Terry and hoist her into the transport tank. When the dolphins reached Knott's Berry Farm, Katie was exhausted, but calm. Later, Fortier told friends that Jeff's courage and leadership had been essential in safely transporting the dolphins. Today, Jeff is a full-time dolphin trainer at Marine Animal Productions in Gulfport, Mississippi, where he organizes programs for schools.